SBR Videos is sponsored by Sports Cash System. Click on the link below for more information. Hi, welcome to SBR Forum Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are previewing Week 12 in the NFL. Right now we're talking with Jeff Cadillac from jeffcadillac.com, who's gone 1-1 in a bunch of weeks in a row with us. This week, though, he's only taken one game, so he's either going to win or lose this week with us. Jeff, thanks for being back with us.
Thanks for having me, Peter.
All right. You've gone 1-1, which is not that bad, but not that great for a bunch of weeks in a row. This week, this is your only game, San Diego at KC, so you got to give a winner.
I hopefully will.
All right, Jeff Cadillac. It's a tough game, though. This is a game that you chose, and I'm not exactly sure why you chose it because the line looks pretty tough. KC is a 4.5-point home favorite. The total's 41.5, and, KC, of course, lost to Denver last game. That's a forgivable loss. San Diego, though, they're just kind of one of these teams. They're not very good. They're not very bad, so it's a little bit hard to make a case for betting against them because, Phillip Rivers can always come and have a great game. They always seem to hang around but then kind of blow it, so they're not reliable. You don't want to bet on them. You don't want to bet against them. And KC, is a 4.5-point home favorite. I mean, they're the kind of team that they're probably going to pull out a win, but they don't really have the offense to be reliable as a big favorite. They're not quite a big favorite here, not big enough to want to bet against them, but 4.5, I don't know. What would you pick here?
Well, I like Kansas City off the bounce-back loss against Denver. I actually had Denver last week at home, Peyton. Kansas City, I noticed no sacks of Peyton last week.
Sure.
That was the first game this season that they have not had any sacks on their defense. And I think, 10 minutes after the game, Andy Reid probably went to the tape, started looking and already preparing for this game. Now, like you said, I agree with you about San Diego, but I think Phillip Rivers is the problem. He talks a better game than he actually plays one. Because right now they're on a 3-game losing streak that they certainly should have been at least 2-1. They were first in goal against Washington 3 weeks ago, in the fourth quarter at the end of the game, couldn't get the ball in. Against Denver, they lost by 8. They had some drives where Phillip Rivers, all he had to do was put the ball in the hands of the receiver, first down, keep going, maybe would have made the game closer, who knows. And then again, last week, another last-second loss against Miami. I mean, Phillip Rivers is all about what could have been. And he talks a great game, and he just can't get the Chargers to the promised land.
Right, but that's why I don't really like betting against him as a big underdog because, he can play well the whole game and, have it look like, San Diego should get the win and then, something messes up and they hang themselves at the end and they get the loss. But if they're a big underdog, then probably they get the cover, though. That's why the number of 4.5 here makes me nervous.
I have to say that this is a manageable spread for Kansas City. Because anytime this year that the Kansas City Chiefs have been a 6-point favorite or less, they're 4-1 in those games against the spread. And San Diego is just, they just can't do it. They go on the road. They've lost a lot of games. They lost at Oakland. They've lost at Tennessee. And no matter what the spread is, they just don't seem to cover the game. Phillip Rivers, believe me, after last game on this bounce back, had Kansas City won last week against Denver, I might feel more towards San Diego. But because it's a bounce back win, Kansas City's back at home, they're looking to continue that march towards the playoffs. I definitely believe that Kansas City is going to at least win by a touchdown in this game.
All right, Jeff Cadillac liking KC minus 4.5 to cover over the Chargers. Thanks, Jeff.